Part 2. Silver Snow. Lone Moon. The Rose-Colored River. The Resistance Army, having received reinforcements from House Daphne in Pale Elm, is finally ready to unleash its invasion on the Imperial territories.
The messenger we sent to Claude has returned. It seems he will be initiating the plan immediately. We will advance when House Regan's forces move out. We will take the Great Bridge of Myrddin with minimal casualties, and in doing so, initiate all-out war with the Empire. We must prepare for battle, Professor.
I'll keep my voice down. Don't want people thinking I'm vying for attention.
Yeah! I'll sing so loud that my voice is gonna reach the sky!
If we can suppress this Myrddin, we can invade into the Empire, right? I was in the Empire. Now I will be an enemy. I am having strange feelings. It is with ease that an ally turns into an enemy.
War isn't kind to you if you're a recluse. By the time you realize what's going on, you're already under attack. And if you're off by yourself, you can get killed with no one ever even finding out. Oh, that'd be awful. Just terrible. Okay, Professor, I get it. I know I'll have to come out.
The Great Bridge of Myrddin isn't just a bridge. It has the features of a fortress. I believe it was built for military purposes by the first leader of the Adrestian Empire. In other words, it's even older than the monastery. So if we occupy the Great Bridge, we'll have to search it from top to bottom.
Okay.
Right.
This is nearly as delicious as Mother's cooking.
Oh, my favorite food. You've got to try this.
This is the flavor.
Eating food always fires me up. Hoorah! Let's...
I would be like...
A moment, please. With life returning to the monastery, the unease of the church's followers is slowly abating. The number of people coming to the town church dwindled over the past 5 years, but we're seeing a resurgence. To reward and accommodate their devotion, we have to hurry and rebuild the church.
Pardon me.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, I heard what happened at ALL. I can't believe Imperial spies have been lurking in Garrick Mach under my watch. But I'll make sure no more of them get in. Trust me.
Is it true Lady Rhea was dragged off by the Imperial Army? I heard that was true. Why'd they take Lady Rhea? Professor, they didn't take her to kill her, did they? That's good. You gotta help.
Hey there. We came from the territory of House Daphne. It's not easy to leave one's home, but it had to be done. Judith asked us so earnestly, there was no way we could have refused. We can trust you, right? I'd hate to end up just another pointless death.
Oh, I'd heard of the hero of Daphne, but that was the first time I've met her in person. She's the head of a prestigious noble family, just like Claude. The Alliance nobility is so odd. Kind of. But plus, Judith can drink with the best of them. A woman after my own heart.
This experience...
So Lady Rhea was in the Empire all this time. Glad as I am that Judith told us. I wish we had known this 5 years ago. We spent all that time spread out over Falkland, searching for the Archbishop and you. It was a mistake to abandon the monastery, to leave it in ruins.
This experience...
We have the Empire and Alliance situations under control. The Eastern Lords have joined forces and are warring with the Dukedom. But I've heard nothing about that conflict as of late. I haven't heard much from my father either. I can't help but find his silence unsettling.
5 years ago, when the Imperial Army attacked Garrick Mach, they moved with incredible speed. But in the middle of all that chaos, she still had operatives watching. The hero of Daphne's spy network is impressive. She shouldn't be taken lightly.
Here's an idea. Count Gloucester of the Alliance is supposed to be the head of the faction that supports the Empire. That being said, the Count himself is an ardent follower of Seiros, and likely not too keen on fighting us. The commoners are also allies of the Knights. We should be able to reach Murden without incident.
I had an encounter with Lord Gwendol. How many years ago was it?
Back before the academy, I met this girl who I fell madly in love with. And her dad tried to kill me. I suppose he just tried to scare me, but I was sure I was gonna die. Oh yeah, her dad? Lord Gwendol. Crazy, right? I
never thought I'd seriously be trying to kill the guy in bat. I kind of don't know how to make sense of it.
Hi.
Thank you, anyway.
Ah, meals always taste best when it is a company of 3 or more at the table.
Do you not enjoy eating when it's just the two of us? You wound me, Flame.
Oh, my favorite food. You've got to try this. This is my most favorite dish of all. I love it almost as much as Crestology itself.
I think I like this, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure.
Eating food always fires me up. Hoorah! The lady would know that we're...
Hello, Professor. What brings you here? Fancy a bit of fishing? Are you looking for help with something? Ah, no. Your eyes tell a different story. You know, I can hardly go fishing without thinking of old Gerald. He and I would just sit here, casting our lines again and again. I'm no better at it now than I was then. Not a single nibble. Ah, just like your father. You know all the tricks of the fisherman's trade. I was hopeless at it, but he was a master. In the time it took me to catch one fish, he could fill his basket to the brim. You know, talking to you, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Why don't you join me? We can trade some stories about the old man. We spoke before about how Gerald never seemed to age, right? Once, when he was drunk, he let the secret slip. He said he'd had an infusion of crest-bearing blood, and it had greatly extended his life. Well, we had both been drinking. I figured he was joking, so I just laughed it off. Then I asked him his age. He said he'd stopped counting after he hit 100. And he was telling the truth. In those 20 years he was away, he didn't age a bit. An incredible person, to be sure. And I probably don't know the half of it. Actually, I'd like to ask you something about Gerald, if you don't mind. When Gerald was away from the monastery, what was he like? In other words, he was exactly the same. When he was with the Knights, he always found time to go fishing. He was hooked on it, you might say. He'd say there was no greater pleasure in life than sinking his teeth into a fish he'd caught and washing it down with a drink. I have to say, right now, fishing with you, it really takes me back. This feels just like the good old days, when Gerald was sitting beside me.
Professor. I was trying to catch you off guard, but you managed to block it. Not too shabby, Professor. Oh, come on. Look at the blade I threw. It's just a wooden training sword. At worst, you could have gotten a bruise or perhaps a splinter. Let's agree it was funny and move on. Aw, poor thing. Aren't you used to getting hurt? You've been in your fair share of battles. Besides, I knew you'd dodge in time. I told you before that I was going to observe you. Since then, I've been watching you. I know what you're capable of. I took steps to make myself invisible, so I could observe you without being detected. I hardly let you out of my sight. After extensive research, I've concluded that you really are first-rate. Your sword skills are impeccable, you're a gifted educator, you clearly love working with the students. Someone with all of your exceptional qualities should not exist, but here you are. At first, I thought Gerald was the reason for Lady Rhea's interest in you. But no, Lady Rhea knew exactly what she was doing when she singled you out. Unfortunately, I can't hope to emulate you, let alone wield the sword of the Creator. So my plan of imitating you for Lady Rhea's attention has come to nothing. I didn't say that. When we rescue Lady Rhea, I'll provide her a full report of your activities. Hopefully, then I'll be in her good graces. Oh, and don't think you can avoid being watched. I won't let you out of my sight.
You there? With the return of the Church of Seiros.
This experience is...
Priamo, perhaps?
Your attention, everyone. The Knights of Seiros and our most trusted allies have gathered. We have rallied our troops for the purpose of stopping the Adrestian Empire's efforts to rule all. We have prepared a new flag to fight under. Much like the Professor, it bears the crest of flames. I hope everyone finds this suitable. Beneath this flag, we will bring back peace to the great land of Fodlan.
Professor, I am not sure I understand. Why is the Empire intent on making an enemy of the Church? What is meant by the way of the Church? What do they dislike about it?
I have no idea what Edelgard was thinking or how she arrived at the decision to raise an army. However, I do have some small insight as to what she is after. She is attempting to destroy the existing social order. That is why the Church of Seiros is first on her list of institutions that must be destroyed. It may very well be her goal to rebuild Fodlan from the ground up.
I see. But that is only Edelgard's desire, is it not? I cannot imagine that the people of Fodlan would want that for themselves. She may have high ideals, but she certainly lacks any compunction about throwing the world and its people into an awful war. It just seems so illogical.
You have a point, Flame. I do not believe the people will ever understand her aim. So long as she makes the people suffer, our Knights of Seiros will fight on and strive to protect them. If we do not defeat Edelgard and retake control of this world, Fodlan's future shall be as dark as night.
Thank you, dear brother. I finally feel I understand what is going on.
I am always happy to answer your questions, Flame. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Well, actually, I have a question for the Professor. My brother mentioned that you slumbered for 5 years. Where was it that you slept? The bottom of a valley? In the water? That certainly sounds frigid. I would never choose such a place myself. I am surprised you did not fall ill.
Pardon the intrusion, but we must prepare a counterattack, now! It seems the Imperial Army found out about us entering the monastery.
That is sooner than expected. They must have been spying on us.
I wonder if we can win on our own.
There aren't many of them. It looks like we'll just be facing the ones who were stationed nearby.
Did they move on us too soon? Perhaps if we fight by using the land to our advantage. Of course, if we are careful, we will not lose. Never again will those Imperial scoundrels disgrace Garreg Mach with their presence. Onward, Professor!
Cosa?
Though preparations are still being made to raise troops for the resistance army of Garrick Mach, the Imperial Army is already one step ahead. Anticipating the resistance army's actions, General Randolph and the Imperial Vanguard, under his command, begin their advance toward Garrick Mach to reclaim the monastery.
The Knights of Seiros are a powerful enemy. We have more soldiers. We'll take them down all at once.
Clever tactics are our only hope here. We will use fire to deal with the main enemy force.
Report. The enemy has entered the periphery of Garrick Mach.
If we allow them to take the interior, the monastery will be lost. We must drive them back.
What's my strategy? Now's our chance.
Ready for anything.
I will prevail. Not for myself, for everyone.
Let's clean up. Feels good to fight for a cause.
Put me in there.
I do this for all of us. Little scratch won't stop me.
I'll crush them all.
More fighting. Winning is what matters. Time to fix.
I'm awake. What's the plan?
What? That strange battle flag is... But isn't our enemy the Church of Seiros?
They didn't have enough soldiers with just the church, so they upped their numbers by joining with those filthy rogues. It doesn't matter what flag they fly. They're nothing more than a mob. We'll destroy them all.
You knew the odds. Burn until we meet again.
No use.
Our troops are preparing the attack.
Thinning their numbers.
Might makes right.
All for our future.
Pretty good, huh?
My heart burns with pride.
Watch and learn.
Allow me to demonstrate. Another victory.
A little scratch won't stop me. Ernie's...
Today I was lucky.
Still here.
the odds? That took...
Pretty good, huh?
Witness Bridget Pride. I fight for justice's name.
I owe you one. You're all going down.
I was just stronger.
A little scratch won't stop me.
I owe you one. This is the cost of war. Take it. Damn.
No use. Not for myself, for everyone.
I'm not going down! Big win! That's a...
Wow. Amazing! What? Still here. Burning.
My heart burns with pride.
It is decided. All is prepared. Now we just need to draw the enemy's attention. Traitors! Repent of your sins, and the goddess may yet show you mercy.
Quiet! Don't think you'll get away with mocking me! Attack! Make sure they never speak again!
Now!
A fire attack! The damage is too great! We can't fight anymore! All units retreat! I'll take on our pursuers! Carry away the injured soldiers!
Press the attack!
For my house, for justice, I will not be defeated!
A little scratch won't stop me.
Can't pull back yet. Who's next? Get in line.
Stay down! Can't hold me back. Stay down.
Thanks for helping.
Total loss. We can't just return home like this.
Watch out, Professor! They're coming for you!
Mother, please. Friends.
We face a powerful enemy today, but Garreg Mach will remain secure. drove back the Imperial army. The real fight has only just begun.
I never thought I'd be fighting Randolph. I guess it can't be helped, seeing as how I've left my own territory and all. But what will I do if my father or brother get involved? I really don't want to face them.
Too true, Professor. So long as the Empire is our enemy, we cannot avoid fighting those we are acquainted with. Though I suppose I have it easier, since my house is no longer on the Empire's side.
My friends from the opera said they would leave the capital and go west. So at least I won't be seeing them in battle.
I don't think I care if my own house falls. Let's make it a grand fight. After a grand nap, of course.
It does not give me happiness to have the people of Bridget involved. But it is not the time to be thinking of that. If it is a possibility, I will be having their strength.
I don't mind at all, really. I have no friends anyway, and my father hasn't done much to make me care for him. Not that he'd ever step on a battlefield anyway. Oh, but I do wonder how Mother is doing.
Each of our situations is unique. What we share is companionship, and the will to fight as one. Professor, you are the heart of our efforts. We will support you as best we can. I have a proposal. It would be most difficult to fight the Imperial army with the forces we have now. As such, I believe we should send messengers to whatever lords we can trust in the Kingdom and the Alliance, so that we may gain their support. Do you agree? It is heartening to hear you say that. If all we do is bide our time, our enemy's main army will come down upon us like a hammer from above.
Who are you planning to ask? Sadly, House Karen is out. We can trust them, but they have no help to offer.
How about House Daphne of the Alliance? Their leader is sure to at least respond.
Judith, the hero of Daphne. Yes, that is a fine suggestion. That territory is on the border of the Kingdom and the Alliance. It has not yet been claimed by the fires of war. If they agree to lend us their troops, our forces will be greatly strengthened. We shall send along a secret messenger at once,